Good evening, Guardians. My name is the Black Link, although I suppose it might be morning by the time you're watching this video. But today has been a rather busy day when it comes to Destiny. Of course, Warmind is officially 1 week away. We've hit that 7-day mark. And of course, Bungie has been ramping up the amount of information they're putting out concerning the upcoming DLC. I mean, today we got ourselves a Bungie developer commentary talking about exotics, the buffs that they're getting, and of course the masterworks that are going to be seeing some change in DLC Pack 2. We got some more lore talking about Rasputin and the protocols he's enacting right now and what he's trying to do up there on the icy parts of Mars. And of course, we got an awesome new blog post from Bungie. This time detailing a bunch of things about a bunch of different parts of Warmind. And in this video, we're going to be going through this article and talking about what they showed off today. Here's how it started. On May 8th, Warmind launches and Season 3 begins. Golden Age satellites slam into the surface of the Hellas Basin on Mars. Icy glaciers thaw, revealing the core of the Warmind Rasputin, and an ancient hive army bent on its destruction. Destiny 2 Expansion 2 Warmind introduces new activities, new weapons and gear, more in-game content, and an all-new story. And then we get to jump right into it. First off, they go ahead and they post that Destiny 2 Warmind Prologue cinematic, but they say something kind of interesting after that. They talk a bit about Anna Bray, who they say is a guardian long thought lost, who searches for a connection to her past, one that could be hidden forever beneath the polar ice cap of Mars. And then, after that, they say Developer Insights video coming soon. Ooh, you're going to see that phrase quite a few times over the course of this article. It looks like they're going to be updating this article page maybe throughout the week, putting videos in, giving us further information about specific aspects of Warmind. They've kind of been doing that for the past couple of days, just kind of updating us here and there, and I love it. I love any time we're getting more information. Anyways, after that, we move on to what's going to be one of the premier in-game activities, the Hive Escalation Protocol. The article says the Escalation Protocol is a public, player-triggered event where players fight escalating waves of enemies and slay challenging bosses alongside their fire team and other brave guardians on Mars. Locate and activate Escalation Protocol, and then survive 7 waves of increasingly difficult combat waves to earn exclusive new armor and weapons. And again, Developer Insights video coming soon. Now, we've seen a lot of this game mode from people who were able to go to the Bungie Destiny 2 Summit last week, and of course in the live stream that Bungie had showing off Warmind. And Escalation Protocol looks like it might just be my favorite activity when Warmind drops. I love horde modes like this, and we've already seen that there's going to be some pretty great gear that's tied directly to it. That being said, I'm really excited to see what's going to be in this developer highlight video, showing off some of the more intricate details of the incoming Hive-based horde mode. Anyways, after that, we move on to get our first shot of the upcoming raid lair, the Spire of Stars, and we even get some information about the release date. This raid lair is going to be launching on May 11th at 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern, which means that it's going to be going live next Friday, which is a little earlier than I was expecting. We know that they're trying to slow down the power level grind when it comes to Warmind. They're going to be changing the way that system works. But based on the release date for this new raid lair, apparently they're not slowing it down that much, since they seem to be anticipating players being raid ready by that Friday. For the Spire of Stars, you will be returning to the Leviathan to tackle this new raid lair, and given how good the Leviathan and the Eater of Worlds are, I cannot wait to see what they're going to be doing with Part 3 of the raid lair trinity here on the Leviathan. After that, they've got a section titled Season 3 Begins. Alongside the launch of Warmind, a new season of gameplay updates begins for all players of Destiny 2, including powerful upgrades to exotic weapons, the introduction of ranked Crucible play, new Crucible maps, private matches, heroic strike modifiers, multi-emote wheels, additional vault space, and much more. These Season 3 updates will be available to all players of Destiny 2, regardless of Warmind ownership, and full patch notes, of course, will be published on May 8th. And we get a nice little picture shot of a bunch of the exotics that are going to be seeing some pretty big changes when Warmind goes live. As we know, the exotic weapon tuning pass is going to hit most of the exotics in the game, with the exceptions being some of the higher tiered exotics, so stuff like the Wardcliff Coil, the Legend of Acreus, those higher tiered exotics. But some of the changes we've been seeing for some of the lesser used exotics, stuff like the Tractor Cannon, the Graviton Lance, is looking really, really good, and I cannot wait to learn about the changes coming to the rest of the bunch. Alright, after that we get a quick shot of what the pictures and icons for the different Crucible ranks are going to look like between the Valor and the Glory mode. And of course we get this awesome shot of the Redrix's Claymore. This is the weapon you can earn once you hit Fabled level on the Glory playlist. It's absolutely fantastic, high impact pulse rifle that's got Outlaw and Desperado, a perk where when you proc Outlaw and actually reload, it increases the rate of fire for this gun. It's going to push the DPS absolutely through the roof, definitely worth your time, but you gotta grind out the competitive Glory ranking mode if you want to get your hands on it. Next up, we get a look at 2 new Crucible maps. They say this: the new Crucible maps will give every player new spaces to fight in the Crucible. All match-made playlists will feature Meltdown and Solitude. And of course we got the screenshots here, and I don't know about you guys, but the Clovis Bray one is giving me some real, like, Destiny 1 Blind Watch vibes. I don't know, looks pretty cool. And of course, the other map, the snow map, I do believe is the one we got to see on the live stream. At least I'm pretty sure of that, don't quote me on it though. After that, they talk a bit about private matches, saying that they will give you full control over your competitive experience, and of course you can set your own match and invite willing combatants to come and play. As a quick note, of course, any of the new PvP maps that are added in Warmind are of course available to everyone who owns Destiny 2, whether you own Warmind or not. You'll be able to play it in the normal Crucible mode, but you'll have to own the DLC if you want to be able to select the new PvP maps in private matches. That's the caveat there. Still, overall pretty cool of them, definitely excited to play on some of these new maps. And then finally, they wrap things up with the Developer Insights video talking about exotics and the changes coming to Crucible. If you guys haven't seen it, we'll be sure to put a link down in the description so you can check it out. It's just them talking about some of the changes they've made to PvP and showing off some of the exotics. We get to see a really great couple of clips of Tractor Cannon just shutting down supers all over the place. Good lord, Tractor Cannon, that is going to be a fantastic troll weapon when Warmind comes out. But there we go, that is it for the article that Bungie put out today. But make sure you're paying attention, because remember, they put those Developer Insight tabs there saying that the insights are coming soon, so they may be updating this article at a later date, and if they do, we'll be sure to make a video covering everything we learned in it. Now there's one last thing I wanted to talk about in today's video, and that is the Riskrunner. Bungie hit us up once again with a bit of an exotic tease, this time showing off the updated Riskrunner. Riskrunner, of course, being that exotic arc damage submachine gun that already, in my opinion, is pretty good. It's got that great arc conductor ability where when you're taking arc damage, the weapon becomes more powerful, resists incoming arc damage, and kills kind of extend your time in that overcharged state. And it's got superconductor. When arc conductor is active, the shots you fire have a chance to chain lightning damage and restore the gun's magazine. It was already a decent enough perk on a decent enough weapon, but it looks like it's been, and pun intended here, you'll have to forgive me, supercharged when it comes to Warmind. Take a look at this. This thing is basically ignoring all incoming arc damage and just turning it into a funnel of power for the Riskrunner. I love it. This looks great. It looks like they just basically took the perks that are already on the Riskrunner and made them way stronger, which is fine by me, but just be on notice. Don't use arc weapons in PvP. Not unless you want to get bopped by this thing. But alright Guardians, that is it for this video. As we get closer and closer to Warmind, it feels like more and more news is dropping at a faster and faster pace. So we're kind of rushing to keep up with all of it. But I love it. I love when the community feels like this. I love when there's stuff to cover. And I am loving the changes that Bungie's making to Destiny 2. Here's hoping it pans out next week. But alright, that's it for this one. Be sure to leave me your thoughts on all this stuff down in the comment section below. And of course, if you enjoyed the video, feel free to drop a like, make sure you subscribe, and hit that notification bell to stay up to date with all the latest Destiny 2 news. But anyways, that's going to be it for this one, Guardians. Thank you all so much for watching. And as always, I am the Black Link. You Guardians, stay frosty.